my name is Nate, I'm 17 years old, and I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. Today, you're going to watch a horn sectional on Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet, led by Nikolette LaBonte, Associate Principal Horn of the Rochester Phil. Hope you enjoy.
So today we have a really special class that we're going to do because I've asked you to do something pretty untraditional for a horn master class, but I want to explain why. So today, some of you are going to read excerpts from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the original text, and then we're going to play a couple of those passages. You guys have been working on Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet, and I want you to do this for 3 reasons. The reasons are, 1, I think it's really important to know the context of the piece that you're playing for a sense of music appreciation. I think it's really important for us to fall in love with the music that we're playing and be able to enjoy it every single time. The second reason is because I feel like knowing a lot about the context of the piece really improves and authenticizes the way that we play it. It can provide insight on what the composer was writing, what he intended, and that allows us to explore that side of the music and possibly change the way that we communicate that on the horn. And the third thing is, all of you will have to be ambassadors of the art form at some point or another. There are a lot of people that aren't familiar with Prokofiev, aren't familiar with this piece, and it's important for you as musicians who make your living, hopefully one day, on this music to be able to talk to people about the music that you're playing and talk to them in a way that is really engaging and that shows that you're really familiar with the music and gives them things to listen to that symbolize, moments that happen throughout the context of the piece. Jordan, you're up, right, for monologues, and you're doing Romeo right before he takes his own life because he thinks Juliet is dead, but she's not. Oh no. Many things have happened, but I'll just summarize them. Romeo and Juliet get married, people are upset about it. Romeo gets in a fight. Tybalt, Juliet's cousin, kills Mercutio, Romeo's friend. He's in such a rage that he kills Tybalt. Romeo gets exiled. They're trying to sneak away. Juliet decides that the way that she's going to do this, she's going to take a drug that kind of stops her heart, makes people think she's dead. Then she'll be free to run off with Romeo. Friar Lawrence is going to tell Romeo that, but Romeo doesn't get the message. He thinks Juliet's really dead, and he is here speaking about how life is not worth living if the one person I love is not here to live it with me. Okay? Here we go.
How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, liest thou there in thy bloody sheet. Oh, what more favor can I do to thee than with this hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear that I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here I will remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Though desperate, now at once run on the dashing rocks, thy seasick, weary bark. Here is to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with the kiss I die.
Well done, excellent work, awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go to Romeo at the Grave of Juliet. I think that's big number 7 for you guys. And this is the big, quote unquote, horn excerpt from this piece. And it's awesome because you guys get like the most emotive part. You introduce this theme, and then everybody plays it, all right? Can we start right at 59? Everybody got it? Awesome. Okay, 59. I'll give you a full bar. We're in 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Good, awesome, a lot of really good things. All right, when we get to that top B, I want you to think of that O, right? Oh, the big emotive moment, yeah? Can we do this once? Again, I think the tongue is getting a little bit in the way when we get to the top. I want you to do it all slurred. I know that might mean we miss more notes, but I want you to feel the connection, the pathway between each one of those notes. Just use those valves to go down that ba-da-da-da. Slur all the way through that. Feel that connection. Feel that like long stream of like grief. You know, think relentless grief, right? Never, never let up, okay? Right at 59. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, a lot of good things. Can I make sure, this is a really great place to use the assistant to help gain some of that sustain. So Nate, 1, 2, 3, 4 before 60. I want you to lay out a 5 before 60, and I want you to play 4 before 60 into 3 before 60. That E flat. Sustain it and do not breathe in between the E flat and the F. Really, really go all the way through, okay? If one other person wants to do that as well, I think that's going to be really helpful to keep the phrase going. No breath before that F natural, all right? What did you guys think about your sound on the B natural that time? Yeah, it was a lot better. I think before we were kind of using the tongue to artificially speed up the air, and this time we had a much more open sound. So really think about, we've talked about this, using these support muscles to get all the way up to the B. It should feel really powerful. Like think that oh, like big emotion, right? Big, loud moment for you. And you really want it to feel like it's coming from here and not coming from up here, right? Just as you would say it. You'd say, oh, from right here. We're all going to say it. Well, everybody's going to say, oh. And I want you to just put one hand right here on your abdomen and feel those muscles. 1, 2, 3, oh. Oh, I know that you can do a better oh than that. 1, 2, 3, oh. Yeah. Feel those same muscles. Those are the muscles that you use to project your voice. They're also the muscles you use to project on the horn. Oh, that's what you should be engaging with when you get to that top B. Trust that big muscle group, yeah? Awesome. Let's start right at 59. Now articulated, but just a little bit. Don't let the tongue get in the way, okay? 59. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you breathe before the F, for those of you who are breathing, come back in re-energized. Really go for it, right? I know this is a long phrase. We've talked about playing over the high note, right? The B is a big emotional moment, but we have to finish it all the way. I feel like you guys get to the B, you nail it every time, and you're like, wow, that was awesome. I feel really good. But like you're not done, right? Like you've nailed that one tricky line that you've been working on, but you have like an entire rest of the play to go, right? You really have to sustain all the way through that. Finish out what the thought that you're saying, okay? Remember we did that earlier and it felt amazing? Can we like recommit to that idea? Constantly invest. I know it's a lot of like emotional work here. You guys are doing awesome. Cool? Awesome. Okay, right at 59. And then we're going to keep going. If you nail it. If you don't, then I have to go back again, yeah? All right, 59. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Good, awesome. Sustain all the way to the end of that note, low horns. You're by yourself there, but finish that phrase out, okay? Really, really good. When we get to 60, I want those accents to feel like it should feel like the ground is like falling out from beneath us, right? Maybe like at that moment, Prokofiev is envisioning that Romeo has drank the poison, he's dying, he's feeling his body fail him. Everything is falling apart, right? You've had this emotive moment, and now the whole orchestra comes in playing that theme, and you back them up with this like ground-ripping gesture, yeah? When we do those accents, I still want them to come from here. Don't let them come from the tongue. They should really feel like they're coming from these big muscles, right? Again, think about projecting, right? When you project your voice, when you're using your outdoor voice, as I am doing now, you're using these muscle groups. This is a big muscle, yeah? Rely on that one, okay? Right at 60. Nice little tongue right here. This is where the work should be happening, yeah? 60. I'll give you one bar for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Last note. I still want this sustained emotion, right? We've talked a lot about sustain. Sustain is super, super critical in the orchestra. Even though these notes are accented, I want them to have a good front, but I want you to pay attention to every single second. I know that it takes a lot of brain power. I know that it takes a lot of air. Air is free. Take as many breaths as you want, but really sustain all the way through that and see if you guys can stagger amongst yourselves so you're not breathing in the same place as the person next to you, yeah? Awesome. Same spot, 60. Low horns. Yes. Gnarly, man. Rock and roll. Okay. Right at 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong. Sustain. Good, excellent, really, really, really good. Low horns, I jinxed you, so that's my fault. I messed up that first one at 60. I'll take the blame for that. Can we do it one more time? I love that you're going for the accents. In around 1, 2, 3, 4 after, I'm noticing that we let up of that sustain and we prioritize the accent. You can do both. I know you can. I know that you guys can multitask. I know that you can do a bunch of different things, right? Really, really commit mentally. Most of horn playing is mental, right? Really investing and being confident in what you're doing. I want you to mentally commit to both the accent and the sustain, okay? Low horns, nice slow air on that opening note so that it really happens and you're giving the note the air that it wants and the horn responds for you. Cool? 60, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you come in. 1, 2, 3. Really good. Do you feel the goosebumps again? That was awesome. I know you guys are working really hard, but it really pays off when you do that, yeah? And it's so emotionally rewarding, right? When you just nail it and you all really go for it, it feels like, oh, we were just killing it, you know? Like you have such like team spirit. I mean, music isn't a competition, but it feels like you just like scored a game-winning goal, right? Yeah, awesome. Great job, you guys. We're gonna take a break, but that was like really, really good work. Thank you guys for participating in this unconventional method, right? Really well done. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Great job. Way to go, gang.